Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rick Grimes, and as you can tell from the title, the death of H1Z1 is the topic. Why did H1Z1 die? A lot of people are going to ask. Why? How? How could it come to this? Is March 5th going to be the saving date? The answer to all those questions are really simple, and I want to go over that with you right now. H1Z1 is, in fact, a dead game. It is only open by the good graces of NatG, and NatG is sinking money into the game's overhead costs at a losing rate, diminishing returns, running in the red, whatever nomenclature you want to use. You want to see a company make money, but all it knows how to do is make skins. And that's its main source of revenue, is skins. It doesn't have any other revenue. But there's no players to buy skins anymore. Nobody wants to spend money on the game, and the sheer thought of spending money for a game that doesn't give a shit about its player base is pretty much, it's a foregone conclusion that no one's going to do it. Now, some people who have expendable income that don't really care about it make up less than 1% of the player base that's even left. And what is the player base that is left on a Saturday during peak playing time? 814 people. 1,800 in the last 24 hours. And you can see from this logarithmic kind of like movement is that it just never hits 2,000 anymore. And if you look back from when it started, it's like a market crash, like an S&P 500 crash, like a NASDAQ crash, like a Bitcoin bubble pop at $20,000, and it just crashes all the way down to $3,000. You know what I mean? It's a housing bubble pop. It's all of that. And you see it. He gained 15,000 on the very last day, and then boom, the very next month. This is when I believe this is when the actual combat update, or around this date, June or July, was a combat update, and 14,000 people left right after that, because the combat update was supposed to fix a lot of things. People confuse combat update with why people left. That's not why people left. They left because that was supposed to be the update that fixed a lot of things. That was supposed to be the update that fixed all the crap that was being promised all the way back here. You know, when we're climbing up the ladder, we're like, oh, all these problems. We had a really bad move here in May, and they're like, we're going to do a patch. We're going to make a big patch. We're going to fix this. All right, boom. Back to the FOMO. Fear of missing out. I want to get back on the H1 train because they're going to fix this. It's coming soon. The patch is coming soon. It's coming soon. Everybody's coming back to the game. It didn't fix anything. It pissed people off that didn't want to change their shooting style. Tough break. The very next, there's 25,000 gone, and the exodus, the mass exodus went. Why? Because they didn't stop the cheaters. They didn't fix the bugs, and they keep lying to the customers. These three things are your pillars of success. If you can do those three things in a positive way, then you are going to have not red, but you're going to have green all the way up. But they couldn't sustain. It was like a house built on sand. When the waves came in, it tore the sand out from underneath the house and it crumbled. Right? Your pillars weren't built on a strong foundation of ethical, practical, sensible business practices. You didn't ever stop the cheaters. You didn't stop the bugs. You didn't stop the lying. And that's what it is. You fired people. 150 employees gone. Right? Everybody's gone except for the ones that were in charge, pretty much. You still have Game Dev Cardo, the leading guy who was speaking out for the combat patch that everybody says, you know, they hated, right? That's the reason why the game left. The combat Castoro Gamer, Art Glegger, and the host of the other guys. You know what I mean? Brad Wilcox, all that. Oh, you still had the main guys that were in there. Brad Wilcox got fired on the first round, but I'm saying, but these people, you still have them. And when the game moved over to this new LLC, they brought Gastoro Gamer over and Arklegger over. Now, I don't mind Arklegger. He's a decent guy outside of work. He's a decent dude. But he really is not in charge over there. He's a lead developer, but really a lead developer's title. He doesn't have any final say on shit. As you can tell, I'm going to go ahead and show you this.
I have a message to all the haters that are out there. I understand the hate.
You don't, Jace. You know what I mean? You don't understand the hate. You know how I know you don't understand the hate? Look at these guys.
Still have a sliver of you that can want to come home.
Look at these guys. None of their employees. He's not buying this lie. Look at his face. Watch his face. Yeah. Whatever, guys. Buy this shit. I can't shill it. This guy's the reason for the update. And this guy is failing at Twin Galaxies and firing all of his employees. And if you look at all this shit, there's a lot of skins titles on here. Okay? It's ridiculous. This is why it's failing. Jace Hall took over the game. You guys remember this?
Hey, I'm telling you right now, tell people that
They can come home now. Thanks for informing us, Jace. Thanks for telling us that we could just go back to the game and forget all the failures that you guys have done over the past, that you've been a part of, that everybody's lied to us, stolen from us, made us pay for. You know, the tournaments they used to run were paid by the players, not by the company. We had to fork over the money for it. What kind of tournament is that? It's like, oh, we got to ante up our money. But the only people that were qualified were invited people. Liked people, streamers. But everybody in the community put the money up by buying the crates, but we didn't have a fair chance at going there. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing has been legit. Not even the basis of the foundation for the tournaments or the competitive side to it. But then they ignored the casual side completely. You need to fire everybody who thinks competitive is going to keep the game alive. Competitive doesn't keep the game alive. It doesn't. The competitive side, if you cater only to the competitive side, you will kill your game faster. What happened to H1Z1 when it became competitive? Dead. Completely dead. Competitive killed it because they catered to the competitive. Not only that, there are thousands and thousands of hackers. I worked with BattleEye. We had up until 6-7 months ago 50,000 accounts that had been banned through my team alone. That's not including other people. Repeating, I stopped counting because we started hearing it was just repeat accounts. We couldn't get any more. There weren't any more public cheats for us to infiltrate. We got them all. Quantum cheats, Tabsware, Gills cheat, Dead Pac-Man. We got there's a lot of them out there. A lot of them that we shut down. You can't validate performance inside the game if you qualify from home. If you set up qualifications regionally in satellite locations around the world for people to travel to, qualify for, and then they qualify to go to, nationals and worlds, that's how a legitimate tournament is ran. But you formed your tournaments based on qualifying at home, and you can't even keep the game safe. Look, a quick look of the type in H1Z1 hackers, H1Z1 problems and hackers, and you get this. Next page, 13 pages of hackers. 13 pages. This is an article from IGN. We go quick search. It's down here. Look at this. H1Z1 right now, especially in solos. I'm going to highlight this for you. H1Z1, especially in solos, either have some of the most incredible twitch reflexes I've ever seen, or are hacking, or some combination of the two. Most of the matches, even with body armor and a helmet equipped, it seems like I died more quickly than I used to in similar games. Which means he's able to sniff the bullshit out. And you got that going on, right? Everything is cheating in this game. Cheaters banned in H1Z1. Cheaters, hackers, all of this, right? And we get this message.
Your message to all the haters that are out there. I understand the hate.
No, you don't, Jace. You don't understand the hate because of this. And this. And you don't understand the hate because the players moved to here. They moved to here. They moved to here. And on March 5th, when you launch your game again, you're going to have exactly 10 days before the shutdown of H1Z1 again. And I can guarantee that. You might ask, Rick Grimes, how do you know the game is going to shut down? How do you know that this is going to end 10 days after we launch on March 5th with this amazing new patch that we're going to get? That's because the Division is launching on the 15th, 10 days afterwards. Pre-sales are already out. Numbers are already coming in. People are going to be playing this, and nobody, and I repeat, nobody with combination, and it's not even on top of that, nobody's going to be talking about it or thinking about it, but you still have the juggernaut known as Fortnite still out there. So tell me, Jace Hall, tell me everybody, how did this happen? How did we go from being 150,000 to 814? How did we do that? It's because poor business choices, poor ethics, unbanning banned players. When you're banned manually, if there's enough visual evidence to ban you manually, there could never be enough to unban you no matter what you submit. There shouldn't be. Because you saw it yourself with your own two eyes as customer service rep. You saw it. This is fucked, bro. This is terrible. This is really messed up stuff. Banned. Send the letter out. And then you get somebody on Twitter saying, come on, Jason Burns. Come on, Cardo. Come on, Ontnil. I'm never cheating. I love this game, and I've been playing it since whatever. Yeah, well, unfortunately, that doesn't matter how long you've been playing for it. You got caught by visual checks. We saw you cheating. We know that that's not legit. And the fact that H1Z1 and Z1BR allow customer service to unban manual bans is what further degrades the game and tarnishes the reputation of the actual game, even further to the point where no one trusts the actual outcome of any of the matches. And we know that most royalties in the game are not legit. Not all, but most. Even people of note who will sit there and say, you can talk to Dr.Disrespect, you can talk to Ninja, you can talk to Tim the Tap Man, you can talk to anybody you want in the gaming industry, and they will sit there and laugh in your face about just everything about H1Z1, about hackers, about developers not doing their promises, poor developing, poor netcode, lag, desync. There's no way this game could survive because they took the same failing developers from Daybreak and they hired and moved them over to this new company. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It's insane. It's like they have Alzheimer's. They forgot that selling skins isn't the best way to make money. They forgot that you can't unban manual. You forgot how to, tell the truth about your patches. You forgot how to even do your job. You forgot. Look, there is no way this game's going to make it past March 15th. You have Apex, you have Ring, you have players, you have Fortnite. And the only thing left to do now with H1Z1 is to take it out back, like Old Yeller. tie it to a tree, and shoot him. That's it. You got to take the sick, dying animal and put it out of its misery. You know what I mean? When a horse broke its leg on the racetrack back in the day, they would just shoot that thing right there on the track because they knew that the horse would never race again. Now we got PETA, but whatever. But you get the point. The only thing you can do now is let it die. End it. Shut down the servers. Don't put any money into it. Don't waste Aunt G's money. Quit. Because as I told Jace Hall before, the only way this game is going to survive is if you shut it down, rebrand it, remaster it, wait 6 to 8 months, then relaunch it. Because you are never going to get any players past the money that you spend to get streamers to play the game for 10 days, and then the game is going to die. Matter of fact, I would be willing to wager any money that these players are going to play against their actual want just for the sake of money to pay bills, just to play H1Z1 and peddle your game. And then when that money runs out, they're going to jump ship faster than anything you've ever seen in this world. You're going to see it drop faster than Bitcoin did from $20 to $3,000, $20K to $3,000. It's going to blow your friggin' mind. So, what I have left to say about H1Z1 is basically this. Just let it happen. Just finish it. Put it in the ground, cover it up with a pile of dirt, throw some boulders on it, and get out of the BR industry altogether. There are better games out there. There are better platforms out there. There are better developers out there. Not one of these people within Daybreak Games or this LLC for Z1BR have any integrity, have any skill, other than the people that they intern pay to build the game. And that is how I see it, ladies and gentlemen. Business-wise, you can say what you want, but I'll close it with this. We have 1,800 players. If 25% of them buy $100, is $45,000. This ain't enough to cover even half of the salaries in there, let alone the insurance for the company, the building cost, the server maintenance cost, the equipment, furniture, healthcare for the people. This ain't enough to do anything. Their overhead is that's probably 1/10 of what they need to run the business in the black. But right now it's running in the red. So if you know anything about business, you know that eventually when NatG sees that there is no return possible, it will cease funding and the game will die. And I believe it is on March 15th, ladies and gentlemen. You are going to see the death of H1Z1. Mark your calendars. Put it down. March 15th. I've been your host, Rick Grimes, saying the truth is out there, and I hope this has been very informative for you. I know that when I went through and I started making this, I learned a lot more about where this could be, where it was going to go, and it's all lined up for a closure. So take what you want out of this, like it or not. Reality will happen whether you want it to happen or not, whether you like me or not. And I wish you all the best. And God bless. Take care.